Parking lot pole lights typically do not require a disconnect because they are generally considered part of the building's electrical system. They are treated as permanent fixtures similar to interior lighting, and their power source is not expected to be disconnected for routine servicing. The electrical installation is governed by the National Electrical Code, or NEC, which provides specific guidelines for wiring and safety. The key distinction lies in how the NEC defines and treats signs versus parking lot lighting. Signs, conversely, are often not considered integral parts of the building structure. They are viewed more as appliances or equipment attached to the building. Because of this distinction, signs are usually not permanently wired into the building's electrical system in the same way that parking lot lights are. A disconnect switch is mandatory for signs to ensure a safe and accessible means of de-energizing the sign for maintenance or repair. This disconnect allows electricians to work on the sign without having to shut down power to the entire building or a large section of it. The NEC mandates these disconnects for safety reasons, specifically addressing the potential hazards associated with servicing electrical signs, such as shock hazards or short circuits. The placement of the disconnect is also dictated by the NEC, generally requiring it to be within sight of the sign or capable of being locked in the open position. This requirement is to prevent accidental re-energization of the circuit while someone is working on the sign. In contrast, parking lot lights are usually connected to a building's branch circuit, often controlled by a breaker within the building's electrical panel. Maintenance typically involves switching off the relevant breaker. While a local disconnect might be present, it is not universally mandated by the NEC in the same way as for signs. There are several factors that contribute to the differing requirements. Firstly, the risk assessment differs. Signs are often located in exposed areas and may be subject to weather damage or vandalism, increasing the likelihood of electrical faults. The disconnect allows for quick and safe isolation of the sign in such situations. Secondly, the accessibility of the wiring differs. Sign wiring might be more exposed or accessible to the public, warranting a disconnect for safety. Thirdly, the nature of the equipment differs. Signs often contain transformers, ballasts, or other electrical components that require servicing. A disconnect provides a convenient means of de-energizing these components. The NEC provides specific guidelines regarding the type and placement of disconnect. For example, the NEC might require a specific amperage rating for the disconnect switch based on the sign's electrical load. The disconnect must also be suitable for the environmental conditions in which it is installed, such as being weatherproof for outdoor locations. The absence of a mandated disconnect for parking lot lights does not imply that safety is disregarded. Instead, safety is addressed through other means, such as proper grounding, overcurrent protection, and adherence to wiring methods specified in the NEC. Furthermore, qualified electricians must perform the installation and maintenance of parking lot lights to ensure compliance with all applicable codes and standards. The decision of whether or not to install a local disconnect for parking lot lights often depends on factors such as the size and complexity of the lighting system, the accessibility of the lights, and the preferences of the building owner or facility manager. In some cases, a local disconnect might be beneficial for simplifying maintenance or providing an additional layer of safety. The NEC also addresses other aspects of sign and parking lot lighting installations, such as the height of the lights, the spacing between poles, and the type of luminaires used. These requirements are designed to ensure adequate illumination, minimize glare, and prevent light pollution. Understanding the specific requirements outlined in the NEC is crucial for ensuring safe and compliant electrical installations. Electricians, engineers, and building inspectors rely on the NEC as the authoritative source for electrical safety standards. Regularly reviewing and updating knowledge of the NEC is essential for staying current with the latest requirements and best practices. The NEC is updated every 3 years to incorporate new technologies, address emerging safety concerns, and reflect changes in industry practices. Staying informed about these updates is vital for maintaining electrical safety and compliance. In summary, the differing requirements for disconnects for signs and parking lot lights stem from the way the NEC classifies and treats these installations. Signs are generally considered separate equipment requiring a dedicated disconnect for servicing, while parking lot lights are often viewed as part of the building's electrical system, with safety addressed through other means such as circuit breakers and proper wiring practices. The NEC provides specific guidelines for both types of installations, ensuring electrical safety and compliance with industry standards. It's important to consult the latest edition of the NEC and local electrical codes to ensure compliance with all applicable requirements. This ensures that electrical installations are safe, reliable, and meet the needs of the building and its occupants. Remember to always consult with a qualified electrician for any electrical work, especially when dealing with potentially hazardous installations such as signs and parking lot lighting. Proper installation and maintenance are crucial for ensuring the safety and longevity of these systems.